words to say. It is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out. Wanna do this right. There's no doubt in my mind. Baby, you're the one. And tonight I am going all the way. The way you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I planned, the things I would say, now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. Ooh, 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 ooh. And all the things that you do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch my hair, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is say I love you. You don't know how I shiver inside. Doesn't show, but my nerves are inside out. It's because you're not worth less than perfection. Ooh, thought it was in my pants. Now I'm all confused, turning gold into sand. Don't know what you do to me. All I know is you can take my breath away. Yeah, 'cause when you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I planned, the things I would say, now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And all the things that you do. Ooh, ooh. Sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch my hair, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is let you know that when you touch my hair, it all just goes away. The things I plan to say. Oh baby, what I am trying to do is let you know that when you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I plan, the things I would say, now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. And all the things that you do. I'm so in love with you. Ooh, ooh. It sounds so stupid now. What I am trying to do. What I am trying to do. What I am trying to do.
It is August, and maybe you are finally thinking about getting back to coaching, and hopefully you'll get some clients before the end of the year. Drop it into the comment. Let me know if I hand you 3 new discovery calls this week, would you be able to take them? And I bet you probably have heard this phrase somewhere in your private message where marketers slide into your DM and ask you, hey, if I hand you 50 more leads, would you be able to handle it? Well, because right now the coaching calendar might look a little empty, just a little bit. And in order to build a coaching business, you need clients. But in order to have clients, the first step is actually to have people booking the discovery call. So that is what the video is about. And if you're here joining me live, drop it a high five. Let me know that you are here and you're excited to actually get your calendar booked with more clients. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to turn those followers into paying clients, making the money talk feeling a little more easier, and hopefully, maybe after I share the 3 mistakes or 3 takeaway, that you are going to be able to get your clients before the week is over. All right. So if you're new to me, I'm Michelle, and I booked hundreds of discovery call over the last 6 years, more than hundreds. I lost count. But with these calls, I never did it with cold DM. I don't send private messages. Hey, I love how we're connected online. Would you like to book my discovery call? I never done that. I never begged for people to jump onto my calendar, nor had I ever buy any leads from marketer. It just doesn't align to who I am and with my value. And yes, I have tested on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, and it is my human first approach that actually work everywhere, regardless which platform that you are on. So today we are going to talk about how these three takeaways or the three tips to actually get more clients onto your discovery call. And these could also be the mistakes that you have been making that is stopping from your potential client in jumping on and booking your calendar. So takeaway number one is, I know a lot of you are on social, but when you're on social, you're not actually calling out your people. You're not creating posts that your silent stalker. And that's just called it out, right? Because a lot of people are out there and they're just silently watching you. They're watching you, they're observing you. They might not necessarily ever like or comment. And I don't know if you have heard this, maybe not enough experience to hear this, but there are people who jumping on the call and say, well, you know what, I've been following you for so long, but when you look at their history, they're never commenting on anything. So what you do on social really matter. What you put out there, it really matter, because then it allows the reader or the listener to really listen and understand that, do you get me? So what do I mean by you have to call out your audience? Well, these people can feel and see your content every single day, right? If you're someone who's posting like maybe 3 times a week, they can see your post, hopefully 3 times a week. And so even when they're not liking or commenting on it, they are still looking and to see if you understand your people. Do you understand what I'm struggling with? Can you share your experience with me, right? So a lot of things and internal voices are going through in their mind, in their head. And if you're just creating content that's like everybody and, oh, that's inspiring, people read it and they forget about it, right? So is it something that you share just on the surface level, or are you really truly understanding your people? And which is why a lot of time when I work with clients, I spend a lot of time get them to understand their people. And you need to understand your people deeply in order to know exactly what to put out in the world, because people are watching you. So have you ever heard, I want you to drop into the comment, have you ever heard someone booking a call with you and say, I've been following you forever? Those are the people that you want to like serve through your content. That's it is a reason. That is the purpose of why you create so much content on social media, or you write blog posts, you create video. That's the reason why you want people to do that. Even when they are not liking or commenting on your post, you want to get people to say, I've been following you for so long, and finally I took the action, I took the courage to actually book a call. So if your content is not doing that, then that's a huge mistake. And we need to talk. We need to talk, because we need to understand what your people is going through on a day-to-day basis, so that you can create content that tailor to what they need and what they're looking for. So that was takeaway number one. All right. So takeaway number one, let me just summarize, is to call out your silent stalker. There's people watching you the whole entire time. So you want to be able to speak to their struggle, validate them, get them to know that you care. So how deep do you know your people? That's what I want to know. Takeaway number two is, I know a lot of you are out there and then you don't feel comfortable in talking about money. Honestly, I was at that place too, because every time I had to so this is how much investment you're going to be able to make. I felt that immediate knot that set in my heart. It's like, ooh. And when you can feel that, trust me, the other person can feel that too. Like, that needs to be comfortable enough that you do see the value. Funny that I was just in a coaching session with one of my clients, and we were talking about money, right? We were talking about the package that she had put together, great value, huge transformation for the audience that she's going to serve. And there she is. She's like taking out the calculator. She's calculating like, okay, so how much session is this? If I charge this, how many sessions do they get? Well, I need to match it so that they feel that if they pay $3,000 for me, right, how much does it cost per session? And she's sitting there calculating per session. So if you have to justify your price, that's also telling me that you don't feel comfortable about talking about the value that your clients is able to walk away. And when you're unable to articulate the value your clients is able to walk away, guess what? When you're jumping onto the call, when someone is booking the call, or when you're on social, you're creating these posts, as soon as you hit that money talk, you feel that you have to justify for what they're getting. And when you have to justify for what the people are walking away with, you already lost them on the call. They didn't even have to jump onto the call. They already know that, well, this is just another one of those things, maybe it's not guaranteed. I don't know if I want to pay for it. So what you want to do is make money talk something that feels natural, something that you do on a daily basis. Yep, this is how much I'm charging, and I'm confident about what I'm charging because the transformation I'm able to deliver. Think about it. I can help you to build a business. How much would you be willing to pay for having a business that run on itself, that you can be on a vacation for 30 days? How much are you willing to pay for it? Right? Same thing with mindset and life coaching transformation. If someone comes in and they feel so bad that they can't even get out of bed every single day, and your coaching is going to help them to get it out of their bed so that they can actually go to work, they can actually get the promotion they want, how much would someone want to pay for that? So you need to start getting comfortable in the money talk so that you can create and build that value for your people, that they understand that by working with you, I am going to have a huge transformation out of this. And make that part of your everyday conversation. Speaking to the mirror, do the words of affirmation. My coaching matter. Repeat after me. My coaching matter. And you do. Believe me, you do. The life that you're changing, that is a huge transformation for a lot of people. And money, it's just the value. It's just the dollar that we are attached to something that we're able to deliver. Money is not an identity. Money is just something that we exchange. It's not you. Don't identify to the money. So my whole point is, takeaway number 2 is, if you don't feel comfortable about talking money, you need to start getting into, because that discovery call essentially is a sales call. And I know a lot of you are like out there delivering discovery call like it's a free coaching session. Don't do that. That's what you do through your content. That's what you do through your blog posts, your social media posts, right? You want to demonstrate what coaching is. Do that on social, do that on your post, do that in your blog, do that on your video. But when you come down to like, you want to get someone to book a call with you, why do they need to book a call? Because you want that sales, right? So that's, you just call it out, say what it is. It's a sales call. So on that sales call, if you don't feel comfortable in turning into a money talk, then we also need to talk. All right, so that was takeaway number 2. You can tell I have a lot of energy because I just came off from a conversation about money talk. All right, takeaway number 3. How do you fill your calendar? Now, the fastest way that you get people onto your call is not chasing people down. You want to leverage your online presence. You want to leverage your social media as a way of delivering and demonstrating that value. So what are some of the posts that would help you to do that? Testimonial. Whether it's from your own testimonial, how you are able to do something and accomplish, in what way did you able to accomplish through coaching, right? That's a testimonial for yourself. Or you could be sharing a testimonial from your clients. Maybe it's someone that you work with and how they experience coaching and what they were able to walk away with. Those are great posts that you should be sharing in order to demonstrate the value. Remember earlier I talked about justifying why someone should be paying you? Well, your social media posts, your content should be doing the heavy lifting for you. They should be the ones who's doing the convincing for you, not on the call. When you have to do the convincing on the discovery call, you already lost them. Okay. So I want you to focus on every day your social media posts. Those are the things that's going to help you to demonstrate why people should have coaching and what happened if they don't. Okay. That's what the purpose of having this social media present and being on social means for a lot of you. And you're thinking about, okay, so what do I post? Like I said, testimonial is a great thing to post. what you do inside the coaching. So your methodology, if you have a signature methodology, then your methodology would be something that you also want to talk about on your day-to-day coaching content, right? Your day-to-day content that you create. Those are the places you create that information. You give people the information. What does it like to be working with me? What kind of outcome or what kind of transformation are people able to get for those who have already worked with you? And you also want to talk about, well, if this is something that resonate with you, or this is something that you're struggling with, here's my calendar, right? So how many of your posts over the last week that you have actually clearly said your invitation to, hey, if this is something that you're struggling with, here's my calendar. We can have a chat, we can have a talk, invite them. And I know so many of you out there, they're just creating inspirational posts. I see it all the time. Well, actually, too extreme. I take it back. It's too extreme of you out there creating these content. One is you don't talk about your coaching package at all. You don't talk about your offer at all. You don't talk about your calendar. Where can people start working with you? You don't talk about that at all. You just share inspiration quotes. You share inspiration. You share story. You share picture of your dog and your cat, but you don't talk about how people can work with you. That's one extreme. The other extreme is every single post, you're selling me something. You're selling me a discovery call. You're selling me, well, if you are this kind of person, then do this or jump on a call with me. You're either selling them all the time or you don't sell them at all. Like, which one are you? I would love to hear, like, which one are you at this moment? Are you someone who never sells, or are you someone who's overselling? Well, either way, if you do that in your content, your social media content, you're going to push people away. One, I don't know how I can work with you. I don't know if you're even like working with clients at all, right? If you're not promoting. And the other extreme is I see your posts selling all the time and I feel pushed. I feel like you're just like in my face all the time. If you're either one of those extreme, then you need to adjust your content so that in order to fill your calendar, you want a balance of, I am here to help you to create that transformation. It's not about me, it's about you, right? And here are the proof. Here are the things that I'm able to do for these type of clients. Now, if you're struggling with these type of struggles, then I want to invite you. Here's how you can start working with me. So I want you to go back and give yourself an honest review. Which extreme are you? Are you someone who never talk about like where and how people can work with you, or are you someone who keep telling people how they should work with you, right? You don't want to be too pushy, so it's a balance between the two. And you might have heard it like this 80-20 rules. Well, to me, it's just too complicated. My brain doesn't work that way. I usually approach it as, well, here's what I'm able to provide. Here are the solution, and here's the outcome that my client is able to get, and here's what have worked for me. And if this is what you're getting, right? And so I balance it out, about once a week. You'll hear me inviting you to my calendar, or every now and then, I'll invite you to my workshop, which I got great news. This weekend, this Sunday, right? If you're someone who struggled to create that balance and you're not quite sure exactly what should I post in order to get people onto my calendar, on Sunday, I have a free workshop. It's a content workshop for newbie coaches who are struggling to put out content. You're not quite sure what to post. Maybe you have a niche or maybe you don't. And you're not quite sure, well, what do I talk about in order to get people onto my calendar? On Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, I'm going to have this free workshop for all the newbie coaches to help you without the niche. And I'm going to help you to create your 30-day content on that workshop. Yep, one morning. Just give me one morning. I'll show you how to map it out. So by Monday, when you go back to the real world, you have content to share. You know exactly what to focus on in the following 30 days. Totally free. And I will drop the link in the chat so that so that you can go ahead and sign up. And it's going to be on this Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that's 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so that's it. if you do all three things, right? All the three takeaway that I talked about, you are out there, you're calling out, you're creating content that actually demonstrate and shows that you understand your people deeply. You understand not just the surface thing. Like surface thing, everybody have self-doubt, everybody have imposter syndrome, everybody have lack of confidence. Those are on the surface thing. You need to understand the deeper things that your people are going through, right? Do you understand your people enough to create those content that get someone to sit there and nodding their head, even though they're not commenting, they're not liking your post? If you can do that, that is power. That is your superpower. All right. That is your superpower. So that's your first takeaway. Your first takeaway is to know your people well enough that you're able to get them to nod their head along with you, even if they're not commenting on it, they're not even engaging on it. The second takeaway is you want to make sure that you get comfortable in talking about the money. Okay. You should not convince somebody. You are not there to convince somebody that your coaching works. You don't even need to create like a one-page PDF what coaching is. That just tell me there's something is off in your coaching business and we need to talk. You shouldn't have to do that, right? Your content should already deliver that, and you don't need to convince people that this is of great value when you signed up with me. So get comfortable with the money talk. If you need a money mindset, work on the money mindset. And takeaway number 3 is, in order to fill your calendar, you do this right throughout the time, and you wanted to make sure that the content that you're creating is actually meaningful to them, and it would be something that they see value of. And there's a question, feel free to ask, but we'll see that question is. So those are the 3 things. If you do all these 3 things, right, they're watching, and if you do it right, by the end of this week, you're going to get them feel comfortable in booking that call. And you have to give them the opportunity, right? So if you're someone who never sell, please do offer. You have this great transformation, so do offer them. So that was the recap. And if you struggle with creating the content, go ahead, grab that link, come to me, and we're going to map out your 30 days of content this Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. And I will see you next week, same time, with another topic of what I'll do this week to get 3 clients by Friday. I will see you soon. Bye.